So we wanted to share a story about something that happened yesterday. We left our B&B to come to a new place in Belgrade, about just like 10 minutes away. It's called New Belgrade. Belgrade.
Belgrade. It's called Zemalot or something. That's like New Belgrade. Basically.
New Belgrade, but is it called Belgrade or Belgrade?
Belgrade.
I know that.
Belgrade, yeah.
Belgrade. I think it's like Belgrade.
We could be totally wrong.
We just whatever.
We
We hear sounds and it sounds like Belgrade.
Yeah, sometimes they say Belgrade.
Yeah. So anyway, we took a taxi, and when the taxi came, it looked really small. So we were already worried that everything wouldn't fit. And he told us we had to pay 400 dinar extra, which is like less than $4 US, to take our baggage because nobody in Europe or Eastern Europe likes extra baggage. I don't know if it's just annoying.
Could be a gas thing.
It could be a gas thing. In other countries, we knew in Italy it was a gas thing. It cost more, so it took them more gas to get somewhere because of the extra weight of everything. So anyway, we were already used to it. So we're like, no problem. We'll pay whatever we have to pay just to get these stupid bags in the car.
Right. He had no problem with it. He seemed friendly enough,
Friendly?
Well, he seemed normal. I mean, no problem with it.
All right. So anyway, we get everything in the car. And brusque was how I would describe him, but he wasn't mean or anything, but he just was like more brusque than the average Eastern European that we run into, is my opinion, but whatever. So we get to our place, he backs up. Nobody smiles here until you start talking to them, but then everyone is super duper friendly.
Right.
He wasn't.
So you never know what you're going to get. So.
But he wasn't super duper. Everybody else we've ever met, whether they're brusque or not, very friendly. Him, not as much. So anyway, we pull up, we get everything out, and the very last bag we get out was on one of the back seats. And he pulls it out, and Sean, can you show what he was doing with his hands?
Oh, so anyways, I pull this bag out, and he notices something on the seat, and he goes, I was like, what? Oh, my water bottle opened a little bit, and it's
just like a little dribble.
Just a little dribble of water on the seat. I mean, it was like no bigger than that.
But it wasn't like wet. It was just discolored. It was just lightly colored. Like it wasn't like wet.
My water bottle just wasn't closed all the way, and it just got a little bit of water on his seat, in his back seat of all things, behind him.
Right.
And
where other passengers sit. He was like,
passengers sit, and he goes, what? And I said, oh, I'm sorry. And I said, let me get a little towel and wipe it up. And he goes,
oh, it's destroyed.
It's
damaged. You damaged. Are you damaged? And the hands were just.
How do you expect anyone to sit?
Would you sit?
And I was like, well, it's just a little water. I mean, here, let me get.
No, dude, this is destroyed. It's just damaged. You damaged it. And I'm back there trying to like make my face like be. Because my face would be like, what? And I was trying, and that's what I was feeling inside. And Sean even was like, Sean was trying to be calm, but at the same time, he's like,
I'm wondering where this is going because he's a little bit
like,
more
is it extortion
that
he's
normal,
looking
for some spilled little water bottle.
But looking back, he took really good care of his car. His car was in really, really clean, pristine kind of, condition and everything.
One of those, it was very.
Yeah, but I mean, I could see
just
where
water.
If we had soaked it or like if it was visible, like more than just like if you touched it, it was wet. You touched it, it wasn't wet.
He was beside himself. He was like,
the car,
have to throw the car away.
The car's a junker.
Yep, it's over.
It's over, and it was a nice car in good shape and everything. So I mean, it was excessive. So then I'm trying to. Give him extra money to pay him off, and altogether it was like 900 dinar, and
I'm thinking extortion. Actually, I think it's going to go farther than that. I was just like, how are we going to get out of this
situation? The police
going
to be called at this point because he's just
himself.
So Sean and I are just being calm and cool and being friendly, but he was beside him. Oh, and he's just looking at the car like, oh, look at this car. I mean, it was the hands and the face and the disgust was. Beyond.
He spoke no English until that moment.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't know any English.
Yeah, he didn't even bother to say hi to us or anything like that. It wasn't. It was just like it was very like
nodding and stuff like that. No English, but the English came out then with destroyed, damaged, money. Anyway, so I finally said to him after all the extra hands, and we were trying to help clean it or do whatever.
How to get out of this mess?
Yeah, he says, or I say, okay. What can we do to make it better? Nothing. It is damaged. And I said, okay. how about this? So I gave him 1,500 dinar, which is like a $6 tip, which is a fantastic tip, since it only actually cost us 500 dinar without the extra bags to get to our location. So he's making 10 extra bucks here, which is actually pretty freaking good. So I give it to him, and he takes it, and he's still like pissing and moaning about this whole thing. So he finally gets in. We start moving our bags over a bit, and then he's gone. But the whole time, Sean and I are like the rest of the day, like, oh, look at you. Oh, you destroyed.
Oh, you got water on my shirt. Oh, I might as well throw it away.
So we have some tips for you about how to deal with people that may have a problem with you. You just don't make sarcastic faces. Do the stoic face.
Yeah.
Okay, because if you smile,
don't get flustered.
Do not get flustered. Do not smile. Don't give a look like this. That's not a good look. That will not go over well. And because their faces don't generally like move unless they are laughing and being expressive, but like otherwise it's very stoic. So be stoic if you come to Serbia or any of the Eastern European countries. Stoic, calm, cool, and pay. Just pay. Don't be stingy. Don't be jerky. Don't argue with them. That's their property. Whatever they think, I'm sure it dried by the time he got back in the car. But whatever, he has that $6 extra to go get a beer later. A couple beers, like 3 beers later, right? It's like $2 a beer, something like that. Yeah. Unless he wants to go buy it in the store.
He could probably buy 100 hand towels to put over the top of that for $6.
Well, he could probably buy a new seat cover for like $3 here.
Yeah.
But anyway, don't get all pissy. Don't get all jerky. Afterward, it's okay to mock the situation, like what we did after. Oh, the shirt is ruined. But yeah, it was ridiculous, and it could have escalated if we had not been calm and light.
If we'd have been like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Like, dude, like if we had said, I tell you this now, if we had said, dude, like something like that, it would have just blown up even more, I think. Like, so stoic, calm, money.
Is there anything we can do?
What can we do? Please, what can we do? It's ruined.
Yeah, don't throw up your hands like him.
Don't do that. Like, you just...
It's not ruined.
That probably wouldn't have gone over super well.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Yeah, he was a big guy, too.
Yeah, he was real tall. He was like...
He's intimidating. I think a lot of the men here are very intimidating because, again, the stoic and the brusqueness, and they're all very masculine and testosterone here. Wouldn't you say?
They're very testosterone filled and
manly, which is great, unless you're in the middle of an issue about destroying their car, then it's not as.
Right. And everyone, I noticed one thing about one thing too is everyone, like my hair right now, no hair. That's pretty much a common, very common no hair. So you can't
men
really
don't have
tell.
hairstyles.
It's very military looking. It's very military looking. So I mean these guys, a lot of these guys were in the military and were war torn. So you never know what their background is or anything like that.
What if someone threw water on him in the past?
Oh man, that would have
been a bad trigger.
Ugly. So
yeah. I don't know. And I do know that cars are expensive too. So, I mean, on one hand,
property,
on one hand, it's not funny.
I can imagine that property is very highly valued in this, as opposed to when we take it for granted, like it's just a car.
For sure. And so we're not like trying to be asked, like we totally understand, like, people care about their possessions and stuff. And we're just kind of like, dude, it's water and it's not even like soaked in. It's just lightly. And I understand, but for the inconvenience... Please,
figure out a way to work around this and make it, and that's our whole point of this. It's like you have to, if you get yourself in a situation while traveling to other countries,
and it is our fault.
We
spilled. I mean, it's our fault. I mean, whether it was intentional or it did damage. I mean, God forbid if it was soda or something sticky. We have a toddler. Like, I mean, what if we had coffee in the car? Something like it would have just been police. Police would have been called, like police or something. Like I can just imagine, like it would have been like. Bad. But do not let that dissuade you from coming to Serbia or anywhere else. Like, it's just like being anywhere else. You just be polite, be kind, don't be a jerk.
You can laugh afterwards, but don't
laugh during it. Even inside, if you're like, dude, or you want to get aggressive or you want to talk back or whatever, just life is easier
like,
when
how
you
can we fix this? Just take it easy.
Yeah. So That's our PSA for the day.